Let's look at this science lesson here about reducing factors that cause climate change. It says, hi boys and girls, at the end of this week's lesson, you will be able to explore ways of reducing factors that cause climate change and complete at least 4 of the activities at the learning centers. In the previous week's lesson, we discussed the effects of climate change on humans. This issue has become a cause for concern to environmentalists and global leaders. That being the case, each global leader has put solutions in place to ensure that everyone plays a part in reducing the factors that cause climate change. One controversial environmental activist group is called Just Stop Oil. They have been consistent in their actions. In one instance, they glued themselves to the roads of London, England. This action, they believed, would force the government to cease all new licensing for extracting fossil fuels such as gas, oil, and coal. Notwithstanding these protests, many environmentalists and global leaders have shared alternative ways of reducing factors that cause climate change. A few of these are listed below. Manufacture more vehicles that are powered by electricity. The Tesla would be a good example. The Leaf, I think made by Nissan, and the Prius made by Toyota. Those are examples of electric cars. Significantly reduce the use of coal, oil, and gas. And we can do that by increasing the use of solar and wind energy. Educate the public on the benefits of using renewable energy and replace incandescent light bulbs, yes, with energy-saving, efficient light bulbs. So we could move away from the old bulbs to the newer ones that use LEDs. Walk or ride bicycles where possible. Okay? Eat more plant-based foods instead of animal food. And this is because cows, for example, we use it for our burgers and so on. They produce a lot of methane, the cows themselves. Okay? They produce a lot of methane, and that adds to the, gases that help with global warming. So if we eat less, then we will need less meat, which means that we'll have less cows, which means that we'll reduce the amount of methane produced by the cows. Carry a reusable water bottle. So let me say that again. Carry a reusable water bottle instead of purchasing bottles of water daily. Engage. This section says, some persons use a drive-thru to purchase fast food or for banking purposes. Discuss how this practice affects climate change when customers have to wait in a long line. Okay, so drive-thru. KFC drive-thru, Popeyes drive-thru. Let me see whatever. NCB, the teller drive-thru. Sagicor, teller machine, drive-thru. But when I go there, I don't just go straight. I have to wait. While I'm waiting, my car is still on. Still burning gas, pumping it into the atmosphere. Interesting. All right, so that's one way of looking at it, to say, boy, hey, we still have that as a concern. Explore says, access the internet, then download and view videos highlighting ways of reducing factors that cause climate change. Let's go. So here's figure 1. So figure 1, we have factors, reducing factors that cause climate change. And we need to complete this by writing things that are there. Okay. So what could we do? We could increase the use of renewable energy sources such as solar and wind. We could, as was said before, eat less of the animals such as cows, sheep, and so on. So focus on the plant-based foods. We could use more energy efficient devices, right? So even our water heaters, we could go solar. That would save on electrical energy using the sun's energy instead. For our air conditioners, we could use inverter air conditioners that have that inverter technology in them that would help to save us energy, and a few others. Extend. Complete figure 2 by writing beside each number one way of reducing factors that cause climate change. Then beside each letter, write how each reduces climate change. An example is given. So less greenhouse gases will be emitted. So here, if I walk or ride, cool. So if I use solar energy, then I will reduce the use of electricity generated from fossil fuel plants, such as coal-powered plants or diesel-powered plants, or even to use hydroelectricity. Cool. So that solar is one, and hydroelectric power plants, they will produce less in terms of emissions, which would then go on to cause these things that lead to, these factors that lead to climate change. All right. So we have a good idea there, so you can fill in these others. Let's see some of the activities here. Complete at least 4 of these 8 activities. So the word link from the Faye Ellington Center, it says create and share bookmarks. On each, write one solution that can reduce a factor that causes climate change. Okay, so on one bookmark, you could, talk about, the use of hydroelectricity and what that would mean, walking and riding, what that would mean, stuff like that. So the key here is to use up those words, the key words and concepts from the lesson. The self-link, Dr. Agri-Irons link, says, make a journal expressing your view on the efforts that you are making to reduce a factor that causes climate change. Music link, Jimmy Cliff Center, write song lyrics on ways to reduce factors that cause climate change. Body link, Rex Netleford Center, it says conduct a survey and find out the number and types of bulbs and light tubes that are in the school. Place them in 2 groups, 1 incandescent and 2 energy saving light bulbs or tubes, light emitting diodes or LEDs, and then compact fluorescent lights or CFLs. Download and view images of these types of bulbs and tubes. All right, so again, we have the LED and the CFL, compact fluorescent lights, and we can see these in our classrooms. All right, so let's go to picture link. It says download images of the ways to reduce factors that cause climate change and make a carousel of these images. So the science link, the science continues with a number link here. It says number link, Albert Einstein Center. It says how many LED, remember LEDs, that's a light emitting diode, how many LED bulbs or tubes were observed? How many CFL, compact fluorescent lights or bulbs or tubes were observed? How many incandescent bulbs or tubes were observed? What fraction of the bulbs or tubes were LED? And then what percentage needs to be changed to LED or CFL? That's a good one. Social studies link now. Mary Seacole Center, use a digital device and take photos of the types of light bulbs or tubes at school and share the images in your WhatsApp group. NatureLink, Dan Macaulay Center, collect and display items that are made from fossil fuels. So again, we were looking at reducing factors that cause climate change. All right, do those activities and I'll see you in the next episode.